Welcome back. We were talking about Rohingya and the general situation in the world, particularly Middle East. We are going back, taking a step back to Myanmar. Dr. Firoz, Chinese do not seem to be particularly disturbed by what is happening, whether it's human rights violation, whether it is rape, killing, and uprooting of settled people from Myanmar. Nor is Russia, because of its own involvement in Syria. How do you see the Burmese governments attracting this kind of interest from China, Russia, and India not saying anything at all? You see, how a small state like Myanmar can control and play one big power against the other?
No, actually, here the economic power, economic force is working here. As I told you that Myanmar, this Arakan border, Arakan coast, they have their oil reserves, gas reserves, and then they can build port there, seaport, deep seaport. So these are the interests that are, you see, India and China both are behind the economic interest.
Right.
Where there is economic interest, they will not look at any moral issues there. So that is the issue here. And and another thing, so anti-Muslim policies. China also executing the same anti-Muslim policy in Uyghur,
in
Xinjiang province. Actually, this is a Muslim huge area. Xinjiang area is very big, several times bigger than Bangladesh, and this is a Muslim majority area. This area actually they are also ethnically cleansing the Muslims, or taking the Chinese people there, settling them. So actually, the political policies that of Bangladesh, China and Myanmar more or less similar, in fact. So there is no difference in policy, in fact. And India, they also want a seaport. And you know, there are 7 provinces of India that are northeastern provinces, and they want access to sea, and they are planning to do that. All these economic things. So, and as Myanmar is also
they have their own Calcutta. They have their own the coast.
But Calcutta is far away from this. Say, these 7 states like Assam, Manipur,
they have the transit arrangement with Bangladesh.
Yeah, Bangladesh. But they are not relying on Bangladesh government. Actually, Bangladesh, they are asking to get access to Chittagong. But the Bangladesh government today, they are having India-friendly government. But tomorrow may not. They may not have India-friendly government. So they are afraid of that. So why they are having some other alternative route. This is plan B, you can say.
Which is more effective.
More effective, yeah. So this is why now they are ignoring the moral issues.
In your articles, Dr. Kamal, you have mentioned rape as a weapon.
Yeah.
Over the years by the marauding armies, the occupying forces, they have always used that. How does it work in a civilized society? How can this happen?
I should say, I don't think civilized society does exist in Arakan. You see the Rohingya areas. You see that they call it Rakhine. I don't think any civilized state exists there. You see, rape is very powerful weapon to drive people from home. You see, rape, you see in a Muslim traditional areas, you see the people are so much afraid of. You see, if anybody knows that in those villages the women are being raped, the whole village will go.
Yeah, run away.
And they will run away. They will run away. This is a very powerful driving force, and they're using it. You see, death, killing people, and raping people. Both these are used as an instrument to drive people.
This has been used over the years. This was also used, I think, in Bosnia.
Exactly.
We go back again to the what is in Bengali called Chukti, Memorandum of Understanding. See? Yes. And you said that Burma or Myanmar is just buying time to implement its own ideas, implement its own projects in Rakhine State. See, you talked about it's full of oil and gas. See, Has anybody estimated the value of that? How many millions worth? Because is it worth this trouble?
No, actually, I don't know the exact estimate, but in some newspaper I read that China taking about $300 million dollars of oil from that area only, China, and see, Burma gets most of the gas and oil supply from this area. So even see, I don't think they have fully explored the area.
Right.
Probably they think that it may be another
More.
Dubai, Qatar,
Yep.
or Kuwait
Yep.
in one state.
Yep.
There is a potential. Resources there. Chances are there. So they don't want to lose that chance. If it remains Muslim hand, population is Muslim majority, then one time it may demand separation or independent state. And you see, one thing, some people say, oh man, Arakan cannot survive as an independent state. About 20% states of the UNO, 20% states of the world are smaller than Myanmar, smaller than Arakan.
Right.
So why Arakan cannot survive? So one day these people will.
Well, that's what they said about Bangladesh, isn't it?
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
They cannot survive. You see,
Yeah.
but it
So that may be one day this Muslim people. I think that things may go to that direction even, because that may be the. You see, now one thing. Plan A, maybe that they can be peacefully repatriated.
Right.
Then they should be given the citizenship right. The UNO and all the world powers, they should force Myanmar government to give them the citizenship. Right. They should safely return there, and they should be given their land that they left behind, and they should build their own houses. They shouldn't be kept in the refugee camps, or you can say the concentration camp, in like an open prison. If that fails, if that plan A fails, what would be the plan B? These people will stay in Bangladesh as refugees for years and years, hundreds of years. They will stay there. No, they will then look after plan B. Then plan B will be that they will seek for independence. Then there will be another question. Then what should be the moral and constitutional duty of Bangladeshi people? Do they? You see, we say, then the liberation war. Now people will say they have developed vocabulary. You see that those who occupy country, they say those who fight against occupation, they call it terrorist. Whereas in civil societies, it is a liberation war. It will turn into liberation war then.
The freedom fighter is a terrorist to somebody else.
Yeah. No, for the colonialist, always the colonialist, when in India, when they are ruling our country, whoever wanted freedom, they are labeled as terrorists.
Right.
The same thing is those who are fighting in Afghanistan, those who are fighting in Kashmir, those who are fighting in Palestine, they are labeled as terrorists. This is their vocabulary. You see, this is their own jargon, their own narratives. So you see, imperialist, colonialist, occupiers, they have their own narratives. This is their common narratives. Those who stand against them, they are terrorists, they are extremists, and they are the peace lovers. Who are the peace lovers? You see, those people are evicting people, killing people, raping people.
But I was talking to a gentleman who has been working for peace in the world, see, borders beyond peace and peace beyond borders and all that. And he writes regularly in the print media here in the mainstream. And I asked him that how can you have peace with so many giant armaments factories working overtime, trying to sell arms to both the parties. They don't sell arms to one party to kill the other party, but they're selling arms to both the parties so that their business is good. See, it's conducive to their businesses. See.
Yeah, exactly.
And is peace really possible, or is it just a utopian dream?
Now they want peace, peace for occupation.
Yes.
Peace for colonization, peace for exploitation, so that they can peacefully exploit. See, they can peacefully exploit. Myanmar people, they want peace. Peace that they are peace without Rohingya people. They should go peacefully, and we should, occupy the land peacefully. This is their peace. These are their narratives. And those who stand against that occupation, oh, they are the extremists, they are the terrorists. These are the narratives, actually.
Yeah. This is the facade of the peace. This is not the real peace.
No, no, no. They want peace. You see, those who do robbery, they want peace. But doing robbery, thievery, so that they can do without any problem.
And they want to earn money by robbing others.
Exactly. No, actually, see, in history you will say, Musa alayhi salam was labeled as a troublemaker by Pharaoh. Abraham alayhi salam, he was labeled as a troublemaker by Namrud. You see, all the good people are labeled like this actually. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was labeled as a troublemaker as well. He was evicted. He became a refugee. You see, he was made a refugee.
Now, I want to talk about something completely different. See, this permanent, I'll call it heated dialogue between Washington and North Korea.
Yes.
They want to stop this sustained secession of North Korea's threatening behavior. And US is now approaching China and Russia to help establish this so-called peace. No war of words. See, how do you see this?
You have very interesting point, in fact. America is talking about peace and blaming that North Korea is against peace. You see, millions of people have been killed by America, United States. About some statistics, I saw some people are telling that about 2 million Muslims are killed in Middle East and Afghanistan by the American bombers. You see, many cities like Mosul and other cities are flattened, totally turned to rubble.
And apart from that, the libraries, they have been destroyed. See?
Yeah.
Civilization has been destroyed. Culture has been destroyed.
This is a mockery of peace. Actually, I'm not supporting North Korea, but how many thousands of people have been killed by North Korea? How many missiles have been thrown by North Korea? How many bombs have been exploded by North Korea? You see, these are all one-sided propaganda. America loves peace. Why they are supporting Israel then? Why they are supporting Israel? Israel is occupying, building illegal settlements. Actually, that's total mockery. This is their vocabulary. I mean, this is their narratives about peace. That they want that North Korea will peacefully surrender all their technology. I think that everybody should have the right to secure his own security.
That's what they have been talking about Iran.
Everybody. Iran has the right. Every Muslim country has the right. Pakistan has the right. North Korea has the right to secure its own people. America has the right, but they cannot deny others' right. And America is doing that thing. You see, though other people shouldn't have any right, America should be on the top, America first, and other people, they have no place.
I have a special question for you. With your far-sightedness, do you think that within the next 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, there will be a powerful Muslim bloc?
Hopefully, I hope so. Because now the Muslim people are, those are common people, they are understanding these things. They're thinking. Our rulers, actually, the way we are going, it is, as I told you, that if these things goes on this way, Muslim people, our policies, political policies and all these things goes like this way, then our suffering will be more and more and more. It will more aggravate the situation.
Right.
And only way is Muslims should be united.
Yeah.
All are united. Look, European Union, they are united. This is, you can say, United States of Europe. In America, those are Dutch, French, Germans, Spanish, all have formed United States of America. In India, also the Bengali, Maratha, Gujarati, Punjabi, all are United States of India.
Yeah.
But with the Muslims, we are now having tribal states, national states. We have no civilizational states. Until now, we do not form any civilizational state. You see, 100 years ago, we had a civilizational state.
What is the reason for this? I mean, is it because our intellectual development has not taken place in Muslim states?
Exactly.
Very quickly.
I fully agree. Intellectual, you see, the intellectual should play the role. Intellectual should play a role. Now those are the political, these people, those are the political peoples.
Right.
They are totally running their tribal interest.
Right.
They are already promoting the tribal interest, not the interest of the whole ummah, Muslim ummah.
Well, one day we hope it will be better.
Inshallah.
On that
Inshallah.
positive note, we meet again, inshallah, next time. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Kamal, and thank you for watching this show. And I hope, and we hope that you have enjoyed the show as much as we have. Same time, same channel next week with another distinguished guest. In the meantime, take care. See you.
Okay.